Ignition is a fantastic platform for growing your integration business. And I say this from personal experience. When I was at Trimax from 2010 to about the 2014 time period, I grew from not using Ignition to one of the largest ignition integrators in the world. And it was because that radically changed our business and brought us so much growth within the company. And then again at Vertec, it was starting all over. And Ignition, we went from, again, zero ignition projects up to the number one ignition integrator in the world within a handful of years. It is a fantastic growth platform. So let's tell you how you do it. This is your business. This is something that you care very much about. I want to show you what's possible. So this isn't going to be a deep product dive. We're going to concentrate more on your business at this point. I'm going to make just some basic statements in the beginning where we'll talk about platform and things, and then we're going to come off of anything that feels marketing-esque, and we're going to get into very specific levers of how you actually utilize this and do it. Okay, first off, something that you need to know because this is very, very important to us. Our company was built by integrators. Inductive Automation was an integrator first when they built the Ignition software, and so they knew what the industry was all about. From that point forward, we said that the integrator is the most important portion of our go-to-market strategy, and so our company has grown with those integrators, and we have doubled down and are committed to the integrators forever. And so no matter where you are at in the program, whether you are registered or all the way up to Premier, we are here to help you grow your business along the way and help you with whatever you need from a technical or project or sales standpoint. This software has also grown a lot over the last 23 years. So back in the day, you'd say Ignition and people would be like, the what? Is that real? I don't know what that is. And now it's to the point where it's all over the place. 53% of the Forbes Global 1000 use Ignition, literally the largest companies in the entire world. If you go down to the Fortune 100, it's 69% of them that use Ignition. There's over 88,000 installations in over 140 countries, and there's over 5,000 integrators. So there is a dominant perspective of people know Ignition. It's not the what is it anymore, and it is respected in so many industries and application types, which makes it easier for you to be able to use it, sell it, and find engineers that are familiar with it. But before it gets all rosy, let's do a little bit of a reality check and talk about some of the struggles. And one of those is that skilled engineers are harder to find and retain than ever before. That just was the number one thing that I felt like I was always struggling with as a systems integrator. And because of that, that creates some challenges. The next thing is customers expect faster delivery because thank you, AI. They can plug something into ChatGPT and they're like, it has happens instantly. And so they expect the same of you. I gave you the project last week. Why isn't it done already? And as a result of that, they're expecting it to go faster, but there's also more competition all over the place, which is just squeezing those margins. And lastly, we've noticed this shift that it's not just about making functional software anymore. There was a time and place where, yeah, you replace the old software with a new SCADA system and cool, it's done. Now they want to know, well, what's my return on investment? And what is this going to do for my business? And it is more business driven than it is just functional driven. So why do integrators build their businesses on Ignition? Well, it's a lot of the things that we've talked about. First off, that unlimited continues to play, that is one of the major benefits of that you just get everything. You don't have to worry about running out of users or running out of tags. You just build whatever is best for your client and you build it in a way that you want to build it. The next is that it is powerful, scalable, flexible, and affordable. Those four words sum it up. Like that is the trifecta plus one. I don't even know what that word is. Quadfecta? But any software that is able to do that is the one that you want to use as your platform. It does integrate with everything, so you're going to be able to connect to everything on the plant floor, enterprise softwares as well as cloud applications. It has a strong ecosystem of both the modules that we have, the community, which is you, as well as everybody else that's involved in it, and the training that we offer. And lastly, that it's going to fit the smallest HMI project all the way up to something that is hundreds of sites and millions of tags on a large enterprise rollout. Same software. And so if you're new to Ignition, what this means to you is just know that Ignition removes the artificial constraints. It's software. It doesn't have to be limited. Literally just say unlimited, and it can be. And if you've been doing this for a long time and very familiar with Ignition, just know that Ignition rewards expansion, reuse, and standardization. The more that you put into Ignition, the more that it gives back to you. Okay, now let's get real. Let's get tactile with this. There are 5 specific levers that we're going to talk about that affect your business. Number 1 is Ignition can help you deliver faster and more predictably. And this phrase, standardization equals speed and margin. So if we can, more that we can standardize, the more margin that you're going to be able to get out of this, which is helpful to your business. So how do we do that? One is reusable templates, themes, scripts, and UDTs. This is the premise that you can build it once and deploy it everywhere, which is eliminating repetitive work. And yes, a lot of people will say that, and that sounds pretty good. Ignition has built itself specifically on how do you organize all of these things and how do you actually move it to the next project and how do you reuse it and how do you share those libraries. There is total depth within that that allows you to actually make this a reality. Next thing you could do is developing common navigation frameworks and then using the same deployment methodologies. So whether you have a water project or a food project, you can create similar nav structures, similar elements that you are going to have within the way that those projects are set up, and then just easily deploy them to the next projects that you're working on, which again, speeds you up, increases margin. Next thing, this is big. This is best in class. It is untouched by any other SCADA software or MES software or anything in that OT space. And this is something that I would have shouted from the rooftops prior to even coming to Inductive. So I hope I'm not saying this as a biased person, but there literally is nobody doing source control and DevOps better. And this is something that if you can get your teams into it, is a huge benefit to standardization, that you can do repetitive builds, that you can use multiple environments of dev, test, prod, that you could use tools like Git, that you could use containerization. And this all helps you have multiple people working on a project, safer deployments, repeatable builds, able to iterate faster across projects. Package architectures was another secret of instead of having anything for anybody, you can get into the point where you are having a small, medium, large type of architecture. And in that small one, we use this database, we use this size of server, this modules, and it has this kind of documentation. And offering that is just an easier way of putting something into a box and having it all standardized and ready to go. And lastly, this is not a marketing pitch. This is just fact that if you do use Ignition as the default, it's way easier to train engineers. I recognize this while at Vertec that literally every single junior engineer or engineer that had been around for 20 years coming into the company was trained on Ignition. And because it was the same training platform, it was easier to repeat. There's Inductive University, and this provided redundancy of engineers on projects, which allowed them to be able to move between, because it's the same software, no matter where you do it, same designer, which provided more reusable items, which provided more projects with more references, which led to more sales of Ignition, which rinse and repeat. Everything just happened again, and you'd be selling more of those jobs and doing all of these levers. Standardization. The next thing to bring up, and this is where unlimited starts to come in, that you can increase margins per project. So say for instance, you sell 120K SCADA project to begin with, you get in, it's unlimited. So they have the gateway, they have the software. For you to sell the next project, you don't have to resell the licensing at that point. It's already existing. You can add on services to that, screens to that, users to that, And that could be new lines, new applications, new portions of the facility. And so it's easier to justify future expansions. And I can't tell you how many times the initial project led to many, many more projects on top of that, which is increasing the amount of labor that you're getting because there's less friction within that sales cycle. Number three is that you can actually sell bigger deals. So if you are using another software that is just SCADA based, yeah, that has one capability of how far that you can go. That Ignition allows you to get into MES and digital plant and UNS style projects. There is so much more money and larger project sizes within those projects. So SCADA, where you could sell 100K, 300K type of a job. Some of the digital plant and MES jobs, we're talking 500K, million, 2 million, more plus, and rollouts that get huge. And so messaging to people that are new here is Ignition is going to grow with you, but it's also going to grow with your customer. There are plenty of larger project types that you can get into. And if you've been using this and you've only been using it for SCADA to this point, I'm here to tell you that you have the keys to the kingdom. You already have the capability of getting into larger jobs because you have a software platform that is capable of it. Number four, building expansion revenue. So this is similar to number two, but it is slightly tweaked that it is the land, expand, and standardize across sites and business units and regions. And it is taking into effect that gateway being in place and the unlimited licensing. But once you have landed and gotten that initial site deployment, they have a foundation. They have their gateway and their licensing. That allows you to come back and expand with more lines and departments and additional sites. But then it also hopefully leads to the standardization across multiple sites or multiple business units. And that is just a lot of project labor that gets created through having an unlimited software platform that develops the same across multiple applications and multiple different geographies. And number five, last one that we'll go through today in terms of the levers, but we said it was competitive. And there's a lot of people out there. And if you want to differentiate yourself, Ignition is one of the ways to be able to do that. So, why do customers choose Ignition integrators? Very similar reasons to why you would choose it. That they're looking for a modern UI UX software. They wanted to have open architecture with no lock-in. They wanted to be enterprise-friendly security and scalability, and they wanted to be a single platform for multiple different application types. And if you are the one that is bringing them a software with these things, they're going to choose you over the person that is bringing them a software that doesn't have these things, which is an advantage to you. The next thing that I'm going to say is yes, there are a lot of Ignition integrators. So, how do you stand out from the pack? Well, that's basically having more people certified in it, doing more projects, and having more expertise so that you are the one that is bringing Ignition to the customer. If you're the one that is bringing it up and the one that knows more about it, they're going to be more likely to use you. So, where does this win deals? Well, if you're going against legacy platforms like System Platform, Factory Talk, iFix, WinCC, anytime that you are the integrator with Ignition versus the integrator with one of these legacy platforms, it normally wins. Like just being honest of like you will see more success when you are the one that is coming in with more modern software with the feature set that they want. Same thing is true of legacy displacements. So when they are considering whether they should just upgrade within the legacy software platform to a newer version of it, or if they should actually go with a modern, robust software, when you are the one that is pitching Ignition for that migration story, it is really compelling. And these are all ways to differentiate yourself within the market. So now let's talk about some other tools for you because there's even more, which sounds so sales pitch, even more. But there is. Sales engineering is a part of my team, and there is plenty of people on that team that we want to help you. We are available to help you anytime that you have technical questions. Our sales engineering team has answers. They're the ones that know Ignition inside and out, architectures, different application types, and can answer those questions. If you want them to join you on a sales call with an end customer, absolutely yes, we will join you. So you just let us know when and where, and we will be there. We also help out with architectures. So if you have an RFP or you're meeting with a client and you want to know what's the best way to set this up, what modules should I use, what kind of configuration, what kind of servers, we've got your back. We will either do that with you, or if you want to bring us directly into the call with the end customer, again, we will do that too. And lastly, there are times where we will build small proof of concepts if the opportunity is large enough and it really warrants showing it off. We've done that in the past. So please just let us know if there's something that you think would be qualified for that. Next is this training program. Man, second to none. Again, I used this so many years. Again, training as many engineers that came in the door. It is an excellent online training program made up of short YouTube style videos where you can learn how to use Ignition from start to finish. And it keeps track of all your progress. It keeps track of testing to make sure that you are learning the knowledge, and then you can come away with a credential at the end of it. So please check that out. There are also online and in-person training classes, and you can get your credential for free. There's also a core certification test, which is also free. And then there's a gold certification test. And these are all ways of proving your knowledge and competency within Ignition to be able to show off to your customers or even just within your company. And lastly, what we showed you today, there is Ignition Launchpad, which is just one more tool where we are always trying to help you out and give you the most to make you as successful as possible.